Sandman.
She was on vacation with her husband and they were scoping out graveyards on the way, as you do, when she saw it. Rising out of the old cemetery, big as an old, macabre, telephone pole. Was this some kind of bizarre art piece the authorities hadn't gotten wise to yet? Even as she stepped out of the car, the megaphones on its head screeched to life.
9, 18, 1, child, 17, remove, vial.
A buzzing, doubled voice screamed random words at her. At this point, it jerked into motion, striding down the hill towards her. Siren Head is a creepy cryptid creature and urban legend, created by Trevor Henderson. Externally it looks like a 12 meters tall humanoid creature with a heavily emaciated, near-skeletal frame covered in dried, mummified flesh with a color similar to rusted metal. Emaciated being with a pair of sirens. Capable of emitting various noises both natural and man-made, including sirens, radio broadcasts, white noise, and human voices. Siren Head is distinctly known for its tall stature and its iconic sirens, which takes the place of its head. This creature is known to be hostile and hunts people as if they were prey, although it usually hangs around in rural towns and wooded areas. The first sighting of it occurred in 1966, when a family on vacation in Arizona desert captured an image of Siren Head. However, it is implied heavily that Siren Head has been around since the beginning of mankind, as it appears in cave paintings. Its limbs are disproportionately long and thin, with arms almost as long as its entire body that ends in huge, bony hands. Where a human's head and neck would be is a thin pole of flesh with two sirens attached to them facing in opposite directions, hence its name, and several black wires snaking around its neck and into its upper shoulders, pressed against its abdomen. The speakers are fused to the neck by tendrils of skin and capable of swiveling around, much like the head of an owl. Some images depict Siren Head speakers with toothy, lipless human-like jaws and a long, retractable thin snake-like tongue, though Henderson has said that the teeth are only visible on a certain radio frequency. Some photographs depict Siren Head as having multiple sirens, or having a street lamp in place of its head. Both of these imply that Siren Head either has the ability to change its appearance to better blend in with its surroundings, or that subspecies of Siren Head exist, which, as confirmed by Trevor, are now deceased. Siren Head isn't a being of our reality. Instead, Siren Head is much different than us, as it is not limited by our laws of nature. Basically, Siren Head is a constantly changing manifestation, which almost always appears different in the victim's view of Siren Head. The information changes all knowledge we have on Siren Head, which opens various theories about the creature. It is not known how Siren Head came to have sirens in the distant past before actual sirens were invented. Trevor has recently revealed many more facts about Siren Head. It is actually the static form of an unfathomable supernatural entity. Despite its lack of eyes, it can still see. It also has the ability to manipulate technology by playing sounds through other devices. It spends most of its time standing still, but it has the ability to move very fast. Victims of Siren Head have apparently been found with their eyes, eardrum, gums, sinuses burst and bleeding, a description which matches the aftermath of a recent incident where the majority of a town was found killed in this fashion. Weapons such as arrows or spears, basically do not normally work on the entity. It has almost never been spotted in populated areas. Despite the teeth in its speakers, Siren Head does not eat, meaning that it may not actually be a predator in the traditional sense, though there is contradictory evidence in this regard. The first sighting of Siren Head occurred in 1966, when a family on vacation in the Arizona desert captured an image of the creature in a graveyard. 20 years later, on July 16, 1995, Chad and his friends were hiking in the woods of Tanyard Creek, where they found Siren Head to be lurking. According to Chad, his friends got snatched by something gigantic striding through the trees that mimicked their voices. Chad was found alive with a few injuries, while the friends were gone, either taken or killed by Siren Head. In total, there have been 13 reports of Siren Head, and all of the stories were released by the victims. The creeping dread approached the victims as they walked along the alleyway past the town's road. One example is a photo of Siren Head in Indiana, where citizens started disappearing, and it was seen on the streets in a photo. Although, these incidents are not the first depictions of Siren Head. Ancient rocks paintings of Siren Head have been found all over the continent of North America, which indicates that Siren Head is not a new species/creature on Earth. There have been also sightings of creatures that resemble Siren Head, but lack similar features. For example, a photo of Siren Head was released where it appears to have a streetlight for a head, while it is trying to blend in with the other streetlights by standing still. It is very possible that Siren Head has the ability to transform into various urban structures, in order to resemble and lure his victims. However, there are theories that Siren Head is actually a hostile species, that there used to be a lot of creatures similar Siren Head, which are now deceased, and Siren Head is the last remaining member of his species. This is just speculation though, and not confirmed by Trevor yet. Another possible sighting of Siren Head which is noticeably very different from the usual sightings. The picture appears to show a variation of Siren Head with many more sirens on its neck with about 5 being visible. The caption also describes how a majority of the population, either of a neighborhood or a small town, were found dead in their homes or on the streets. As expected, Siren Head is very a hostile and dangerous creature, as it is known to be very fast and always being camouflaged and hidden. Siren Head is mainly found in rural towns, wooded areas and sometimes in dry forests. The victims of Siren Head are lost travelers, hikers and even children. If the sounds of someone in distress are released, it can be a method of Siren Head trying to lure the victims into the woods. Since Siren Head can blend in very well within trees, people do not notice it. It could make its brutal attack at any time and capture its victims, while the sound of their loved ones talking are being played from Siren Head sirens. Trevor has recently posted another drawing of Siren Head along with another concept of Siren Head's anatomy. He states that he likes the idea that Siren Head's body is stuffed full of loose cassette tapes and giant pulsing reel-to-reel tape recorder, connected by organic fibers and veins. It is possible that these tapes store the various noises that Siren Head broadcasts, however, this has not been confirmed yet. Trevor has also said that it is possible that Siren Head consistently changes over the years, or that its appearance could somehow be incomprehensible to humans, so our eyes just see the closest approximation to its actual appearance. However, he has yet to confirm either option. Trevor has responded to an ask on how Siren Head could resemble tech from the 90s or 2000s in ancient times. Interestingly, he responded with, "What we're seeing might be the most recent form, or maybe a slightly outdated form, of something that consistently changes. Maybe our eyes just show us the closest approximation to what's actually there and this fits." This could possibly mean that Siren Head changes itself depending on the era it is in order to blend in more easily, or that what we see is not its real form, but the closest thing the human mind can associate with it. Siren Head hunts by silently standing at Siren Head does to the victims once caught. And its hunting tactic can also be throwing shingles into the air, though multiple games were created, and to show off the fact Siren Head was in fact in the environment with the player, one or more corpses are normally found, which may show that Siren Head doesn't always kill for sustenance, even though none of the games were created by Trevor Henderson himself, nor proven to be fact over fiction. Other theories include eating them, or adding them to the roster of voices used by it. Although, Siren Head is not above fooling people with their friends' voices. One sighting suggests that it also blocks out the screams of its devoured victims with other sounds, in order to prevent anyone from coming to the victim's aid. Thus, while weapons are not known to work on Siren Head, its need to conceal its attacks and generally elusive behavior imply that there may be some way of harming it, or at least interrupting its activity. Alternatively, this may be done to ensure a successful hunt by confusing and disorienting the prey, or it might be simple cruelty. Siren Head mainly uses an ambush strategy to hunting, disguising itself in deep forest or rural areas before attacking its prey. With its sound-based abilities, it can mimic other sounds, music, talking, alerts, sirens, etc. to lure in prey or drown out someone's cry for help with its sound-based abilities. It is also possible Siren Head can concentrate its sounds into a large sonic blast or a specific tone to take out a large group of people. It is yet unknown what Siren Head does to its caught prey, be it eating them or making them disappear without a trace. When directly seen by an opponent, however, it will rush at them seemingly in rage or in a state of bloodlust, and if it is hungry enough, it will use every possible tactical advantage to get its prey. It has brown mummified skin matching the pattern of rusty metal or tree bark, which it uses for camouflage. Siren Head is also very fast. While on 2 feet, its assumed maximum speed is around 24 miles per hour. While on all fours, its speed is assumed to be a maximum of around 258 miles per hour, making it much faster than the average car. Some people believe Siren Head to use echolocation like bats do to get around in the dark. As seen, Siren Head has no eyes. Siren Head has a wide range of powers and abilities. For example, acoustikinesis, can mimic voices. It is implied that it killed some of its victims via blasting their ear drums. Siren Head constantly pumps out sounds, which include strange music, conversations, angrily shouted words and numbers. Heightened strength. It is believed that Siren Head is extremely powerful due to its size. Siren Head is able to break down trees or various heavy objects at will. Can kidnap an entire United States family of 4 at once. Tracking evasion. Siren Head can blend inside of a forest or behind a tree. It has been known to stand still for days at a time to blend in with its surroundings. Its body is infested with parasites, with Trevor mentioning that Siren Head can cling to ceilings sometimes to make its body blend in with the wires and look like a PA system, stating that he might have used this tactic to take several people in Detroit. Siren Head often uses this ability along with his camouflage to ambush and kill prey. Trevor also mentioned that Siren Head makes no sound while moving, saying it can be almost completely silent, with yet another post saying it was able to move when someone's back was turned without the person knowing. Enhanced speed, able to keep pace with a speeding car. According to Trevor, a couple reported that Siren Head can be incredibly agile. The couple were driving home, until they saw the graveyard. They ended up checking out the grave, where they saw Siren Head. According to the story, Siren Head started running towards them at an extremely rapid pace. Transformation. It appeared to be a shapeshifter, being able to transform its head into functioning sirens and street lights. Trevor mentioned that Siren Head was able to copy the appearance of home furnishings and pipes in the walls to kidnap a family of 4. Appearance can vary greatly by adapting to its surroundings. It was able to somehow take them from their home in its new form or lure them from without having to enter, as the only sign of their disappearance was the open backyard patio door. The latest sighting shows a multi-headed variation, which could either be a subspecies or the same Siren Head creating more sirens to kill off many more people. In some cases, Siren Head can freely contort its body and remove its head. Trevor's response to an ask also states that it is possible that Siren Head consistently changes, or that its appearance could somehow be incomprehensible to humans, so our eyes see the closest approximation to its actual appearance. However, Trevor has left both interpretations open and has not confirmed either. Disguise mastery. Appearance has been mistaken for trees, and its main form of hiding is using its similar appearance as other objects like telephone poles and lamp posts. Adaptation. Can survive and adapt to different situations to blend in with new environments. Corruption. Can use its sirens to morph humans into mummified corpses and morph them into other iteration of Siren Head.